Nobody in this whole forest can ever catch me! Out of my way, slowpokes, coming through!
Harvey was the fastest creature in the forest, and he knew it. Did you know? Real hares can sprint up to 45 miles per hour. Speed is everything. Slowness is nothing. And once again, undefeated, untouchable, unbeatable. But pride, dear friends, is a tricky little thing in any forest. Welcome to Whisperwood, where every creature has a story to tell.
Here, neighbors knew each other by name and shared bread at sunset.
And then there was Theo, the wisest tortoise in all of Whisperwood. Theo never hurried, for he believed every step was a gift. Good morning, beautiful world. What wonders await today? By the way, tortoises can actually live over 150 years in the wild. Behold the fastest hare in the entire forest realm! The villagers had heard Harvey's bragging 1,000 times before.
In Whisperwood, even the youngest learned the value of kindness over speed.
Theo tended his garden every morning, sun or rain, for 50 long years. Still moving at 1 inch per hour, old friend? Good day, Harvey. Every flower blooms in its own time. Theo had learned long ago that mockery hurts only those who carry it. Whisperwood was a village of slow joys and patient kindness. Wake up, sleepyheads! Life is for the swift!
Young Harvey, your speed has stolen all your manners.
And little by little, his bragging began to chase away every friend he had. Pride is a fast horse, but humility wins the long road. Old fairy tales, Owl, save them for the baby rabbits. As Whisperwood settled into evening, a small idea began to form among the villagers.
It is time someone taught that Hare a lasting lesson.
And so a clever plan took root, one that would change the forest forever. By dawn, a most peculiar announcement had appeared. A grand race, the swift hare against the slow tortoise, today at noon.
What is this nonsense? A race against who exactly? Theo the tortoise wants to race ME? This is the joke of a lifetime!
I accept this challenge with a humble and grateful heart. For Theo understood that sometimes accepting a challenge teaches more than refusing one. By high noon, every creature in Whisperwood had gathered to witness the impossible.
Try to keep up at least, old friend. I'll wait for you.
Did you know? tortoises slow their breathing to conserve energy, the secret of endurance.
3, 2, 1, and the race of the century begins!
The flag fell, and history began to write itself.
See you at the finish, Slowpoke, eventually! Eat my dust, all of you! Watch the master at work!
While Harvey chased glory, Theo simply chose to begin.
He's still not even out of the village square! Plenty of time for a quick snack. I am miles ahead. This is the sweetest carrot I have ever tasted.
Steady was Theo's drumbeat, and steady was his song.
Maybe just a quick 5-minute rest. No harm in that. Wake me when that tortoise reaches the 2nd mile.
And that was the moment. Pride.
A wise traveler does not delight in another's mistake. One step, then another, then another. That is all the secret there is. Back in the village, every heart hung on this strange and unlikely race. Theo did not fear the difficult parts. He simply walked through them. Every obstacle behind him made the next one smaller. Hours had passed, and the sun was beginning to lean toward the horizon.
By the way, this race route was 3 full miles long. Can you believe it? From their viewing tree, the elders saw what no one expected.
Just one more mile, just one more step at a time. Whisperwood began to murmur with the most impossible hope. The sun began to lean toward evening, but Theo simply leaned forward. And still Harvey slept, dreaming of victory he had already lost. At last, the hare's nose caught the scent of the cool evening air.
Wait, why is the sun so low? What time is it?
No, 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 this cannot be happening to me. I have to catch him! I have to catch him now!
And there, just steps away, was the finish line.
Wait, wait, wait! Please wait for me!
The last step, the smallest step, the greatest step of all. Goodness me, I do believe I have arrived.
I lost. I actually lost the race.
And in that moment, Harvey felt something he had never felt before. True humility. The whole forest celebrated, but not for speed, for steadiness.
Come, my friend. The race never mattered as much as the lesson. Forgive me, Theo. I was a foolish hare.
Slow and steady, dear ones, wins more than races. It wins hearts. That night, the village threw a feast in honor of both racers. A friendship was born that would last 150 tortoise years. From that morning on, the hare walked with the tortoise every dawn. And so the moral became Whisperwood's most cherished lesson. But our forest tales are only beginning, for new neighbors stir nearby.
Faster, Felix! Faster! They cannot catch you today!
Felix the fox was clever, but cleverness alone could not always outrun trouble.
Almost lost them. Almost free. Almost there. At last, the Great Lake of Mirror Pond.
By the way, foxes are known to be among the cleverest animals in any forest. And Felix, sad to say, often used his cleverness in less than kind ways. On the far shore lived Stella, the most refined creature in all the wetlands.
Did you know? Storks really do mate for life and build their nests with the greatest care.
Such a fine bird. Perhaps I should make her acquaintance.
How very kind of you, sir. What brings you to our lake?
I have heard your dinners are simply the talk of the forest.
But behind that smile, Felix was hatching a most mischievous plan.
You simply must dine with me at my den tomorrow evening.
How lovely! I would be most honored to accept your kind invitation.
Splendid! I shall prepare you the finest soup you have ever tasted.
Storks and foxes rarely shared meals, and Stella truly did not suspect a thing.
Oh, this is going to be the most delicious prank ever.
Felix did not actually plan to share his dinner, only to embarrass his guest.
A flat plate, perfect for a fox, impossible for a stork's beak.
He cooked the most beautiful pumpkin soup, knowing she could never enjoy a sip.
Meanwhile, Stella prepared with all the eager grace of a true lady. How delightful! A true new forest friend at last! As evening fell, Stella arrived hopeful and entirely unprepared.
Welcome, dear lady. Please do come in and be seated.
The table looked perfectly lovely, but the plates told a different story.
Wide, flat plates, lovely for foxes, impossible for storks.
Please do not stand on ceremony. Eat, eat, my dear friend.
But Stella's long beak could not scoop a single proper sip from the flat plate. Forgive me, sir, but I cannot manage to eat from this plate.
Oh dear, how very strange. I cannot imagine why. More for me then. What a shame, dear lady.
Stella was many things, but she was never a fool. she would not give him the satisfaction of seeing her tears.
Thank you kindly for the lovely effort, sir, truly. I shall return the kindness very soon. You have my word.
And Felix, foolish Felix, never noticed the storm she carried home.
By moonlight, Stella thought deeply about the lesson she would teach. Did you know? A stork's beak strikes faster than a snake's tongue, with perfect precision. Stella was, in truth, one of the finest cooks on the lake. She prepared a stew so fragrant, the wind itself paused to smell it. A tall, thin jar, perfect for a stork, impossible for a fox. She wrote her invitation with the kindest words she could find.
A messenger robin carried the kindly worded trap straight to his door.
Oh ho! The dear stork wishes to host me in return. How delightful! She must have forgotten my little joke. All the better for me.
As dusk settled, Felix sauntered to dinner without a hint of guilt.
Welcome to my humble nest, dear sir. Do come in.
My, it is quite splendid. What a lovely, lovely home, my dear.
The jars stood tall and slim, just the shape of a stork's destiny.
Please do enjoy, sir. Eat as much as your heart desires. Her beak fit the jar, as if they had been made for one another.
But Felix's broad snout would not fit through that slender opening. Oh! The soup is just out of reach. How strange this is.
Oh dear, sir. How very strange. I cannot imagine why.
And in that moment, Felix tasted, for the very first time, his own medicine. Hunger sharpens the lessons that pride dulls. He had never imagined his own joke could feel so very heavy.
Stella, I see now exactly what you did, and what I did. Forgive me, truly. I have been a most foolish guest and host.
And kindness, true kindness, mended what cruelty had broken.
She fetched dishes that would feed them both, foxes and storks alike.
This is the most delicious meal I have ever tasted. Together they walked beneath the stars, two unlikely friends.
Fun fact, the moon really does cause tides, gently pulling water with invisible love.
I will never again play a trick that costs another their dignity.
The best lessons, dear Felix, are the ones we choose to keep.
He returned home a different fox than the one who had come.
And from that day forward, his cleverness served kindness, not cruelty. Even the village elders heard and approved of this gentle restoration.
They became the talk of Mirror Pond, the fox and stork who could share any meal.
And so 2 tales had ended, but the forest had one more to tell. But even as they celebrated, a darkness watched from the deeper woods. For not every neighbor in Whisperwood meant well. Hungry, so hungry. I smell something tender tonight. Grimwold was the hunger that haunted every mother's lullaby. Goat, sweet goat, I smell little goat tonight. Did you know? A wolf's sense of smell is 100 times sharper than a human's. A cottage full of 7 plump little goats. Each step he took shook the forest with the weight of his hunger. And so the dark traveler began his terrible march toward the cottage door. First, I will learn their voices, their habits, their trust. Inside that little cottage, 7 little hearts beat, unaware of the night. Inside the cottage lived 7 little goats, more lively than springtime itself.
She counted them every hour, just to feel their warmth in her heart. Pip, Plum, Pansy, Petal, Pebble, Patch, and Tiny Toby. And Tiny Toby was the youngest, the smallest, the most beloved of all.
The smell of fresh bread filled the cottage every morning without fail.
Did you know? Real mother goats know each of their kids by smell alone. Tiny Toby was no bigger than a teacup, and his mother loved him most fiercely. My darlings, I must go to market to fetch us some vegetables. You must promise me one thing while I am gone, little ones. Do not open the door for anyone, no matter what they say. They promised with every ounce of their tiny, innocent hearts. There is a wolf in the woods, a wicked wolf with a deep, growling voice. I will watch over my brothers and sisters, Mother. I promise. A mother's kiss is the truest armor in any fairy tale. Lock the door tight, my darlings. Mother loves you all.
Pip locked the door tight, just as their mother had taught them. And from the dark forest edge, hungry eyes opened wide. 7 little dinners, all alone in one cozy little cottage. Hunger had a face, and it was the wolf's terrible, patient smile. He moved as silent as a shadow at midnight. He knew the children would be alone, and he had a plan. And so came the first knock, the knock no mother wants their child to hear.
Inside, 7 little hearts froze in unison.
Pip stepped forward, just as his mother had asked him to.
My darlings, it is Mother. Open the door for me.
But a child knows a mother's voice, and that voice was wrong. That is not Mother. Her voice is sweet and high. You are not our mother. Your voice is too rough and growly.
But a wolf never gives up on a hunt, only changes his tactics. He needed a voice softer, sweeter, more deceiving.
Give me chalk, you flower-paw fool! I need to soften my voice!
By the way, in real folklore, wolves were said to eat chalk to soften their voices, an old superstition. Now my voice shall be sweet as a mother's lullaby, my darlings. It is Mother, home from the market. He returned to the cottage with new tricks and old hunger. Open up, my little darlings. Mother has brought you sweet treats.
The voice was sweeter now, dangerously close to their mothers.
And there she saw it, the great black paw of a wolf. It is the wolf. His paw is huge, black, and hairy. Our mother's paws are pure white. Yours are black. Go away, wolf!
My paws, of course. My paws betray me. Twice foiled, the wolf grew more cunning, not more kind. Cover my paws in flour, Miller, or I will eat you whole. With each handful of flour, his disguise grew whiter and crueler. White as snow, white as Mother, third time is the charm. For the third time he came, and this time the disguise was complete. My darlings, Mother is home. Look, my paws are white.
He saw white paws this time, just like his mother's.
The paws are white, the voice soft. I think Mother is home.
And so the little hooves did what hope insisted they must. And the wolf, at last, was inside. Now, my little dinners! No more games for any of you! They hid wherever their small, terrified hearts could fit. And Tiny Toby, the smallest, found the cleverest of hiding places. One by one, the little ones were found. 6 little ones vanished into that terrible darkness. He fell into a sleep too deep for any nightmare. And Tiny Toby, alone in the empty cottage, did the bravest thing of all.
Just then, Mother Gertrude came down the path with the day's harvest. Oh, my babies! Oh, no! No! Please, no! Pip, Plum, Pansy, Petal, anyone, please answer me! Mother, the wolf took everyone! She held him as if she could hold the whole world steady through him.
And there, beneath the apple tree, lay the cause of her sorrow.
Toby, I can feel them moving. My babies are alive.
With a mother's courage, she chose to rescue what could still be saved. Did you know? In the original old fable, a mother goat truly does rescue her children this way.
She worked with the gentlest hands a mother ever raised. Quickly, my darlings! Quickly come out! Mother has you! All 7, all alive, all together, all safe. Fetch me the heaviest stones you can find, my brave little ones. And then the cleverest part of their rescue began.
Stone by stone, she filled what hunger had emptied.
With the same hooves that mended socks, she now mended a fate. They slipped away as quietly as the breeze that whispers in the daisies.
Why does my belly feel so heavy, so cold inside? Thirst dragged him to the village well, where stones and water make a deadly partnership. The stones in his belly pulled him slowly, slowly, slowly forward.
What is happening? What have they done to me?
And the heaviness of his cruelty became the weight of his ending.
All of Whisperwood celebrated, for goodness had defeated greed once more. Patience, kindness, and a mother's love conquer all things.
And so ended 3 stories. But the love they planted in Whisperwood bloomed forever.